deliberately focusing on the mentally ill and the young and the vulnerable and the sick and the things psychopathic cult groups do. They focus on, vulnerable people, young people who have not yet fully developed their conscience yet, or who are just bullshit. We're really moving into a phase of science, which is an objective approach to everything, where science is moving ahead at such a pace that people that are suffering from mental illness and even as far as antisocial personality disorder, that can usually be traced to fMRI scans can trace that down, because they may have post-traumatic stress disorder. That could be child abuse, and most likely usually drug abuse. Drug abuse would be triggering these things. Environment triggers these things, and these things lead to stress. And that kind of stress is usually what the reaction is a physiological reaction to stress, and people rebel and they go fucking crazy too at times. That's scientifically speaking. And people like to question things like the system and all that. Well, we live in a capitalist economy, and we're a republic. So I don't know really if you ever went to fucking high school, but that's basically what country we live in. And I really don't give a shit if anybody wants to change that. Personally, I'm pretty content being like the richest country in the world. I don't know, and having the highest standards of living anywhere. This may not be entirely true, but it sure as fuck seems perfectly fine to me. I don't see the problem. The only problems I see now are social problems based on this pseudo-religious bullshit and anti-science shit that's going on right now. As far as a social system is concerned, I think that the number one problem that we have right now is just with these subservient people, these secret groups, these hate groups, these allied forces, all with their ideologies. They have a goal. They want to move everybody in this certain direction, and like we're all groups, and basing things off of shit that just doesn't work anymore. It's propaganda. It just doesn't work anymore. Not in the information age. People are too individualistic now. We don't think in stereotypes anymore. People are becoming highly individualized. I mean, everybody has their own MySpace page, their own interests. Not everybody is now collected together as that jock guy. Not everybody has the same profile. Everybody is an individual. And somebody dies in the newspaper now, you can go find their MySpace page and actually know who they are. I'm a firm believer that conscience is something that is developed as a child, and once you're older and you're doing subversive stuff, where people get away with doing a lot of crimes and doing a lot of bad things to people, that just means that there's a lack of law enforcement, and that is what's missing, is a lack of law enforcement. If somebody is harassing you, and it proves that it's causing you a certain amount of distress, then they can find out, relatively speaking, how much distress. So you're talking about no longer a system of morality, but a system of individual ethics, where you can have people. This whole system is moving into a system of individuality. You're getting rid of morality and you're tuning into ethics. This morality is concerned, it's really it's not subjective anymore. It's objective. You can find the harm that's causing people objectively. If you steal something, they know the amount of value of the product that was stolen. You could check the heart rate and the physical signs of the store owner's brain during this time. You can find out exactly how much it really affected him. And you're really getting down to a moral relative system that is scientifically accurate, where they can figure out just how much stress was caused in that lawsuit. Based on these type of scans. You can get down to domestic abuses, and all this stuff is really objectively proven now to cause harm. Domestic abuse, that's the biggest problem that we have in the people, young people who have not yet fully developed their conscience yet, or who are just simply